I've always wondered if they were listening. When my children were young and I was talking, trying to teach them the things that they needed to know to grow up and to be honorable, responsible people, sometimes it was hard to tell. I knew what I wanted for them. I wanted them to have respect for themselves and for others. I wanted them to honor their commitment to those around them. I wanted them to love and care for their families. I wanted them to serve God. But the streets of New Orleans was a rough place for young men of color. I was determined that my 3 sons would grow up to be better men of character. But it was hard. I had forces that I could not control working against me. In a world where the culture of the streets was sending them one message, I was telling them another. I could only hope that they were listening. One day I got a call at work telling me my son, who was in middle school at the time, decided he wasn't gonna go to class, but instead he was gonna run up and down the halls, disrupting the teachers, making a ruckus. I had to leave work. I was tired, I was hungry, and yes, I was disgusted. I had to face the principal and assure him that this was a one-time incident, that I had to have a talk with my boy. Don't you know the deck is stacked against you when you were born, son? I tried to make him understand that education was of the utmost thing that he could have so that he can succeed. And that even if he didn't want it for himself, I wasn't gonna allow him to take it away from the others that did want it and who needed the education by disrupting school. I didn't know at the time, but he was listening. A few years later, when the sagging pants became the in thing, they tried. The first time they came home with their pants sagging, I made them pull them up. The next time, I made them pull them up again. They was obviously not getting the message. So one day, being who I am, when their friends came over, I decided to clear things up. You can only imagine the look on their faces when I walked into the room, yes, with my pants sagging. Mama, what are you doing? I said to them, if you're gonna wear your pants like that, then so am I. We all pulled up our pants that day, and it never happened again. That day, the whole neighborhood was listening. It was challenging and worrisome raising the kids without the presence of their father, but I had my village there to help me. My family, my friends, teachers and coaches, pastors and neighbors. I was prayerful about anyone who entered their lives, and I still am today. Sadly, I lost my oldest son to heart failure. My 2 surviving sons have turned into wonderful fathers. They have risen above their childhood that they had to give a better one to their children and stepchildren. They are respected at their jobs and involved with their family. Everything I ever wanted for them, they were listening. It turns out my daughter was listening too. I see her raise her 3 boys and 1 girl in a way that makes me all so proud. They say a man can't raise a woman, but that's not true, because I did it. Not once, not twice, but 3 times.